Hi, in this video I'm going to really quickly show you a couple key steps with using Dreamweaver CC in the CSS Designer. So I'm going to save this folder and I'll just use my web demo. We'll call this problems. So one of the things that can happen is the CSS Designer is really kind of moody. So the first thing you always have to do is hit create a new CSS file if you don't already have one. And so I'm going to browse for where I want to put it, and I'm just going to put it in my styles folder here. I'm just going to call it problems. But the key here is once it's set up here, is every time I want to add a style, I need to be sure to make sure that that's selected. And sometimes you won't realize that it is or isn't, right? So I'm going to add some styles to the header tag. So I'm going to select header down there, and I'm going to make sure I hit problems, CSS, because that's the CSS file I want to use. And you can imagine if you had multiple CSS files, while it's important to make sure you select the right one. And then when I click the plus sign, it should, because I have header selected, choose header. In this case, I'm just going to make this less specific. And then I click down to properties, and this is where I can add my basic text. So I want to choose my font, choose my font size, and I could choose a background. So that looks good, but so what happens at times, so I want to hit nav, and I'm not paying attention up here, and I just click over, and things start not working the way. So the key is always step one, select let's make sure these are all open. Step one, select the CSS file, the source you want. Step two, plus sign. You can always do that. Step three, go down to properties. And if you bring this over, you'll notice you can get a two-column layout, which some people like better. So here I can do the same thing. I could go to text. I could go to font size and say maybe I want this to be medium, and maybe I want my background here to be gray. And just like that. So the key I find, and I'm going to save all, is that when I'm using the CSS Designer, is I have to get in the habit of always making sure that my CSS file is selected. And then if I already have my selector, I don't have to, if I've already used it before, like nav, I don't have to hit plus sign again, right? I don't need to do that. I just need to select, then navigation, and then I can go down and, for instance, maybe I want to add 10 pixels of padding. And there you go. So hopefully this was helpful, just seeing some weird little things about getting used to CSS Designer. Thanks.